As I was sitting down taking the notes for today's video, this question came to mind. If we are not inspiring others by what is possible because of what we've already been able to achieve or see for ourselves, like what are we really doing and what is this really all about? You know, quite a few months ago, about 9 months ago, I was inspired by another woman who shared her business model of going live and how she had just earned $22,000 the month prior. Now, it wasn't the dollar amount because I've done far more than that in a single month in my business over the years. And it wasn't even necessarily the fact that she was going live. It was the way in which it was presented. She had so much ease and kind of like carefreeness around what it was that she was doing. And coming from a more chaotic and hectic business model of coaching, for me anyways, I looked at that as being, a vision for a lighter way of doing business. I share that with you because if we are bashful about the results that we're getting, or we are afraid of triggering people or of people thinking like what we are achieving is not real, then we are separating ourselves from the potential of inspiring people that might relate to us or resonate with us, that are actually looking for a sign that such results are possible for themselves. So again, let's go back to that original question. If we're not using like the blessings of our lives and or the manifestations of doing, planting seeds and reaping, if we are not using what's happening in our own lives to inspire and empower other people, like what is it really all about? Oftentimes when people are out there and they're looking for a new way, or they're looking for a solution, or they want to know if something is possible for them, literally it is in the results that someone else has achieved that looks like them, or that they can resonate with one way or another, right? And then being able to fall back on, wow, like if I just do what they're doing, right, I can make the same thing real for myself. And believe it or not, in that woman's story of going live and earning $22,000 a month, that's what I saw as being a new possibility for myself. When I was first getting started many years ago online, right, seeing other people do simple videos on YouTube and be able to make tons of money was something I saw possible for myself. Therefore, I put myself out there. I began to do what they did. And believe it or not, I began to get what it was that they were getting. And so in sharing a video like this, where the number might appear to be pretty big by some people's standards, right? Believe it or not, by other people's standards, it's not very big. But what's more important than sharing like what I've been able to do thus far is actually breaking down and sharing with you the actual steps so that you can not only be inspired, right, and empowered that you can make this real for yourself, but so that the expectations can be set right about how, right, you will actually navigate the internet in order to make this real for yourself. So definitely grab a notebook and grab a pen. I'm going to break down my exact business framework of how I'm able to get these kind of results by making money online, leveraging a simple platform like YouTube, right, and selling one simple digital product that I absolutely adore. I think it's really important to note before we jump into the step-by-step systems and processes that I follow to get the results that I do is that number one, I made my pivot at the age of 49. I am now 50 years old. And so going into the year 2024, I knew that my number one focus was to build a business based upon solid, profitable strategies so that I would not have to sacrifice sustainability. I share that because if you're in your 20s, you just might be looking just to make a lot of money and you don't care if it's sustainable. I've been through that before. I know it's not fun. I know it's not built to last. And so for me, I was okay with incremental growth as long as I knew that I was creating milestones that could be repeated and replicated every single month, and that I wasn't building a business where it was like 50,000 one month and $1 the next month. I did not want that. I wanted something where whatever results I got in January, I knew that I could make more than that in February. In February, I could make more in March, and so forth. And so I'm getting ready to share my stats of my business thus far this year. And so it's really, really important for you to understand that what I'm sharing with you, like, it's not someplace I've arrived. It's just a milestone on my journey. And it's a byproduct of deciding to do business in a way where I am not sacrificing sustainability, but that I am literally building upon my success every single month. And the expectation is up and up and up, right? Every single month from here moving forward. All right. And so if that is what you want, that is what I'm going to help you understand how to do based upon what I've done in my own business. It's not about just going out there and making a boatload of money as fast as you possibly can and then not knowing how to repeat it. I'm telling you, that kind of business activity and business strategy, which is no strategy at all, will actually drive you mad. And so I think it's really important to note that, because knowing why you're doing this and the outcome that you're wanting is everything. And so I'm at so much peace with my results. And I know some people are like, well, you should be at peace, right? Making that kind of money in such a short period of time. But like I said, on the flip side, there are definitely people out there that have made far more than I have during this same time period. But I'm not comparing my blessings with their blessings. And I'm so at peace with where I am because I know that I've worked for this. I know I've built this. And I know that I have a repeatable business model where, again, it's up and up and up every single month from here. And I know that I can help other people achieve like results for themselves if they will just buy into, right, the exact same business model and strategy behind it, building your business. So let's talk about my stats thus far, because I think, again, that will be inspiring to know that I didn't wake up and get to where I am, that I've been building it incrementally, right? In a very, very exponential way though. So from January to February, my business grew by 86.1%. So from January to February, this was the span of time where in January I had earned just shy of 5 figures. And then in February is when I catapulted to over 5 figures. From February to March, my business grew another 35.77%. From March to April, right, which is where we are right now, my business is up 76.8% from March thus far. And as a year, right? So last year at this time compared to this year at this time, my business has a collective growth of 342%. So definitely grab a notebook and grab a pen. I'm going to break down exactly what I've been doing, what I will continue to do, right, in hopes that you decide to model such a plan for yourself if you're interested in building the kind of business that I've built. I'm definitely going to take my time and share the steps in a way that would have been helpful, hopeful, and inspiring for me when I was first getting started and I was looking for guidance and help to navigate, this World Wide Web as a space of making money. All right, so first, let's talk about the digital product that I was selling and continue to sell that's making me all of this money. So it is a digital marketing course that teaches the business of online business as well as digital marketing skills from A to Z. So if you are newer to making money online and or you have an interest in selling digital products and you know very, very little about the business of online business, this digital marketing course teaches you those skills. So yes, not only have I acquired these digital marketing skills and I understand the business of online business, I am selling the actual course as a product, right, for myself. The reason why this is so important is, believe it or not, when I first came online, I gravitated to such a product. I was someone that didn't know anything about making money online. I bought a very simple ebook that began to kick some knowledge about how to make money online. I used that information. I applied it back to my business to help me in getting started. And I turned right back around and I began to share my excitement with other people and began to sell that ebook to other people that wanted to know what I knew about making money online. And so that's the digital product that I sell. It's so important. I hate when people hide like what they're selling and how they're making the money. And so how I've been able to make so much money with this particular digital product is that it's not a $47 ebook. It is a $500 course. And the course does come with master resale rights, which is really, really great news for my audience because it gives people an opportunity to learn digital marketing, learn the business of online business, and actually give them a ready-made digital product they can begin selling as their own if they don't have a product to actually get them started. And believe it or not, this is exactly how I I made so many sales initially so many years ago when I was getting started is I was able to get right out there, not have to create anything, and begin selling that product as my own. And that's exactly what this course gives my audience the opportunity to do, is to be able to learn all about making money online and to have a digital product they can begin selling instantly, being able to earn $500 directly to your bank account every single time you sell the course as your own. So that's the digital product that's made me all of this money in such a short period of time, and will go on to make me a lot more money throughout the rest of this year. Make a really important note on this as we dive into like the second step. Remember, I'm breaking this down in a helpful, hopeful, inspiring way, so that if I was just getting started and I was coming across this information, like I would understand how I can begin making this absolutely real for myself and being able to see the bigger picture. So it's so important when we're talking about making bigger amounts of money in condensed time frames, basically more money faster. Selling the right thing to the right person in the right time is everything. And so everything about my plan, it helps me be able to do that. So the customers that I actually sell to, which happen to be the right people, are people that are looking to make money online. They're looking to learn digital marketing. They're open to learning digital marketing, and they have an interest in selling digital products. And so the course that I sell teaches them how to make money online, teaches them the entire world of digital marketing, and teaches them the power of selling digital products, and actually gives them a digital product to sell if they don't want to create a digital product from scratch, or if they don't already have a digital product to sell. So do you see how the right product, right, which is a digital marketing course for the right people, people that want to make money online, they're searching for how to make money online, they are already consuming content about making money online, they are looking up digital marketing related stuff, right? They're like, they totally know that so many people right now are making boatloads of money through digital products, right? And so right opportunity, or the right product, right, and the right person. And the timing being right, we're going to talk about that more with the other steps that I take, but choosing the right platform, creating the right content, believe it or not, plays such a role in making sure that the timing is actually right for them as well. And I'll help you understand that more as we go throughout this video. So number one, I know the product that I'm selling. Number two, I know that I have an audience of people that want the result of what my product actually has to offer. So for number three, I'm going to kind of throw a couple things in this, but they all really do work hand in hand. And I didn't want to draw this video out any longer by creating them as individual parts. But as an example, okay, when it comes to number three, I want to paint the picture so you understand how important this is. On this past Friday, it was time for me to go to bed, and I came into my office and I was going to turn my computer off. I realized that I never even turned my computer on for the day because I pretty much just checked out and I chilled. But on Friday, I was able to earn $2,000 inside of my business. And that's because of step number three, which is high profit margins coupled with systems that work for you 24/7, 365, but also backing both of those things with focus. And so the reason I throw them all in together is because you can have systems, you can have high profit margins, but if every time you look up, you're off to something new, or you're exploring different things, or you have shiny object syndrome, it's really hard for systems and high profit margins to work for you if you're constantly entertaining other things. And so with the digital product that I sell, right, my profit margins are pretty much like 100%. And so I have high profit margins. I have a system, right, which comprises content, a capture page, a sales page, an order form, payment processing, fulfillment, emails, a bunch of things that I've actually created and put together that are able to work for me when I am not working. And this is exactly how I can take a Friday off, still make $2,000, right? Because number one, I'm incredibly focused with everything that I do. And so the reason I have to intertwine focus is because with everything I do on a daily basis, it all leads to this system. I'm sharing one message all the time with everything that I'm doing. And so it's like having high profit margins and having a system that sells a high profit margin digital product where I have continuity in my messaging and where my audience, right, whether it's on YouTube or on my email list, and we'll talk about this in a moment as well, they're constantly hearing the same message being reinforced. And so again, remember, right product, right audience, right timing. I can't always control when the timing is right for someone to buy. But if I can have continuity in my messaging, and if I'm consistent in my messaging and I'm sticking to what it is that I'm selling, and I become reliable and dependable, and people are like, Steph is really down for this thing that she's selling, when the timing is right for them, guess what? They have the confidence to come back and buy from me. And so believe it or not, like little things like that, it allows you to stack your money over time. Because at any given point in time in your business, you'll have people that might hear you today and be ready to buy today. And you'll have other people that might hear you today, right, but might need to stack their coins over a couple of paychecks and buy from you a couple of weeks down the road or a couple of days down the road or whatever. And so I share this because it plays a role, right, in being able to earn, right, such high amounts of money in such short periods of time, right, when you realize why you create all of these things and why you have to stick with them. All right. I really, really hope that makes sense because again, remember, I'm 50 years old. I'm not trying to hit or miss this thing. I'm not trying to have, a big windfall and then nothing. I'm building something, right, where it's like my business right now is a byproduct of momentum. All right. That's exactly how we get to, earning more in 3.5 months than some people earn all year, right, is because we get intentional and we decide to see these things through so that once we create a system, the system can work for us long after we've made the decision, right, to create the system and set up the system, right, because we keep having those messages that are out there, right, via video and emails and everything else that we're doing that's supporting the thing that we're saying and locking people in where they have the confidence to buy when the timing is actually right for them. Number 4, the next factor in this success for me has definitely been YouTube. Now, whether you choose YouTube or not, every single person has to decide upon a platform. The reason YouTube makes so much sense for me when it comes to right product, right person, and right timing is that YouTube puts you in front of a captive audience of people that are either searching for something or consuming content that's like what you are creating. They're consuming content already related to your digital product or what it is that you're selling. And so there is no better place to be. Write this down, please. I never want you to forget this. As you're deciding to choose your platform, there literally is no better place to be than in front of someone that is actively searching for a thing or is already consuming content related on the thing. It means because it's already on their mind. They've demonstrated they have an interest in this thing, right? And so YouTube allows me to fulfill that equation of right product, right person, right, and the right time. And so while not everyone is ready to buy right when they consume my content on YouTube, a percentage of those people have decided to buy from me pretty immediately, like same day immediately. That's pretty doggone awesome, right? Where some people will come into my world on a deeper level through my email list, and I'll talk about that in just a moment. And guess what? They'll buy sometime within the near future. So by constantly creating content that keeps you in front of a captive audience, believe it or not, it puts you in a sphere of being able to make more sales more consistently because you're consistently in front of people that are already open to what it is that you're selling, right? And you're not spending your time doing a bunch of convincing or trying to find people, right? No, when you create on content, you're creating for a specific audience that you've already determined actually wants what it is that you have to offer. The more that you do that, right, again, the more likely you will be to connect with people that are willing to make a buying decision sooner versus later. And so right now in my business, my average customer is buying within 30 days of contact with me. I have some people that buy the same day. I have some people that buy a day or two later. I have some people that buy a week or so later, right? But on average, it's less than 30 days. Y'all, that is everything when you're talking about doing work, condensing time frames, and being able to earn a lot of money in a shorter span of time. So choosing your platform correctly, right, is going to put you in front of more of a captive audience. So it really is up to you of how captive of an audience you want to grow, and if you want to, have an easier road or a harder road when it comes to connecting with people. And all I know and I've discovered over the years is there's just no better place to be than in front of someone that literally just typed in, how do I do this? And then your video pops up as an answer to how to do that. Or they just finished watching a video, but maybe they didn't like the creator or they didn't like the presentation, and then your video pops up right after that, right? And guess what? They just might love you. So I really want you to think about that, because believe it or not, when you see people experiencing these kind of results in their business, it's because they are very, very strategic about what they do, where they do it, when they do it, who they do it to, right? All those important answers. And I'm really hoping that, again, this can be helpful to you. It can be hopeful to you. It can be inspiring to you, whether you're just getting started, whether you've been on the struggle bus. Like, I'm hoping that you're able to see that if you just decide to do things in a certain way, you absolutely can get the big number results that you want inside of your business. The fact of the matter is, most people are not doing things in a certain way. They're all scattered. They're all over the place. They have shiny object syndrome, right? And they're not thinking through their business properly, which is, again, right, why I make a case for the digital product that I've chosen to sell, that I just adore so much, is because it helps people, right, understand the business of online business, develop these digital marketing skills, and really learn the strategy, right, of putting all of this together so that more people can create businesses like this. It's not reserved for the few. It's reserved for anyone, right, that's willing, right, to get a hold of this information and apply it, right, to make this real for themselves. Remember earlier, I talked about being 50 and creating momentum and not sacrificing sustainability. That's another thing about YouTube that I love. So clearly on YouTube, I have a commitment to creating content, right? And so you've got to pick a platform. And once you pick that platform, you've got to be committed to creating content on that platform that's going to help you be discovered on a daily basis. What I love about YouTube is the fact that with every video that I create on YouTube, I am literally building a searchable, consumable library, right, that is perfect for my ideal buyer. So where somebody might watch one video, right, I've created 5, 10, 15, 20, hundreds of videos that they can also consume, right, that can either help them dive deeper, get other questions answered, learn more about what I'm doing, etc. So it's never just one video and then that's it. It's I'm building a constant library, which what allows me to build momentum. It's like every single video, right, it builds upon, right, my collective library, which gives me more, it gives me more content, right, to help call in, right, my audience that is interested in the products, the digital products that I sell inside of my business. So you always want to be thinking about momentum. Now, while a good share of people that find my videos, right, and that become buyers decide to buy pretty immediately, there's another percentage, right, that are not ready to buy. And that's where the email list actually comes in. All right. So again, think about the number, right, that I'm talking about. Think about the time frame in which we're talking about it, right? Almost $50,000, right, in 3.5, 4 months. Think about this. All right. Everything matters. It's not about what's the one thing that we do. Literally everything matters. All right. And so a percentage of people that join my email list will decide to buy at a later time. Right now, like I told you, the average is under 30 days. But understand this, because I build an email list, now I have more opportunity to build deeper know, like, and trust, connect more, and send more information out. So again, because I understand digital marketing, I understand email marketing, right? In this example, there are some very strategic emails that I will send out every once in a while, right, that will generate additional sales for me. I don't like to think about them as being extra because it really is a part of my process. It's just like, a company that does, buy one, get one every 3 weeks. It's not extra income. They realize it's a strategy. If we run a buy one, get one every 3 weeks, right, we're going to add it to our revenue every single time we do this. And so when I work a particular strategy with my email list, right, and I add additional sales, right, believe it or not, that's all strategic. So understand, what if you could learn one strategy, right? You built an email list, and this one strategy, every single time you worked it, it brought in an additional 1 to 2 sales a week for you, right? And so in my instance, right, that's a great example. But 1 to 2 sales a week for me is the difference between $500 to $1,000 added in a week, right? Or what, $2,000 to $4,000 added in a month, right? All because, number one, I have an email list. And number two, I know how to communicate with that email list, right? Through these digital marketing skills and strategy, right? That helps me add on to my revenue. So I'm never reliant just upon the content that I create on YouTube, right? I'm not just reliant upon building an email list. I'm not just reliant upon the welcome email campaign, right? I'm reliant upon all of these individual pistons, right, that are firing off in my business to bring about this collective result. And this is exactly where so many people go wrong. It's the bigger picture that most people never come to know about making money online. Most people are hoping to do one thing, right, and make a boatload of money. And if more people that were making the kind of money that you might be looking to make, if they were honest with you, right, they would be breaking down and sharing like strategies with you where you realize it's them turning the key and a series of things being fired off, right, that collectively play in the results that they actually get. So now think about that for a second. I do some videos, right? And a couple of sales happen from there in a week, right? I build my email list and maybe someone that opted in, 3 weeks ago, right? They decided to get started this week, right? Maybe I, run an email strategy email. And because I send that one email, right? Another 1 to 3 people, right? Decide to get started. Do you see how I'm not sitting here like hoping and praying, right, that sales come in? No, I'm strategic all throughout my business, right, so that sales are popping, right, all around me. And so again, you look at a $500 digital product, right, and literally all it takes is 10 sales, right, a week, right, that's $5,000 a week. That puts you right there at $20,000 a month. 10 sales a week now doesn't seem like so much when you're not reliant upon one source to bring you all of those 10 sales, but instead you're working a whole strategic play right inside of your business. Again, I'm sharing this in a way where like if someone broke it down to me and I was just getting started, like I would understand like why I need to look at my business in a certain way. And I would want to get started in this way because for me, it would make more sense that, oh, wait, 10 sales is not a lot, right? When you do things in a certain way, right? And you're like pooling the strategy together to allow results to pop, like, in various different ways through different strategies and tactics. All right, let's talk about the final play for this strategic process that I put together. The next element is live streams. So throughout the week, I go live maybe 1, maybe 2 times, but on average, 1 to 2 times a week. Now, anytime I go live, I average another, right, 1 to maybe 3 sales by going live, right? So now you put that all together and you realize, wait a second, right? It's an entire strategy that you're working, right? And so it's like when you take care of the things that are most important in your business, so like in this instance, creating content on YouTube, making sure I'm speaking to the right people on YouTube, and I'm sharing a product, right, that I know those people would really want because it's going to help them get what it is that they want, right? AKA learning how to make money. And then I create systems around all of this, right? Then of course, 10 sales, 15 sales, 20 sales a week, not so hard. The good news with all of this is that you can learn all of this. And I'm telling you, I wish I would have saw like the big picture when I got started many, many years ago, because I had to learn to piecemeal all of these things together over the years. Had I had a bigger picture, and I'm not even quibbling about the way that I got started, because I did really, really well as a brand new person online. Had I saw the bigger picture, I likely would not have had shiny object syndrome the way that I had it. I likely would have had focus. I would have created systems. I would have been strategic, right? Like I would have built like the kind of business, right, that I know is possible. I would have built that a lot sooner for myself. I'm not saying I wouldn't have made any mistakes. I'm just saying, seeing the bigger picture, I would have realized if that's the end game, let me start working that now. And that's why I share in the way that I share, is that I want you to understand and see the end game. I want you to know that what I've been building, right, is possible for you. Like, and I want you to know, like, you want to start with the end in mind. Right? You want to make sure that you learn these things, you would develop these skills, you set up these systems, that you start thinking strategic, that you're in it for a bigger picture, that you know what is possible. You also know what is at stake if you decide to, not do these things and entertain an approach that you know is not going to be advantageous for the results that you actually want. Not only is the good news that all of us can learn these skills, but all of us must learn these skills, because the fact of the matter is none of us luck up on 5-figure months or 5-figure weeks on accident, right? It doesn't just happen. It happens to those that plan. It happens to those that have strategy. It happens to those that know the business of online business and deploy good, sound, solid, and profitable digital marketing strategies, right, that also create sustainability. I want you to think about this for a second. Let's break this all down, right? I show up on a weekly basis and I create a well thought out video for YouTube every single week. That video grows my audience, grows my awareness, grows my email list, makes me some initial sales, makes me some sales through my email marketing campaign, makes me more sales through strategic broadcasting. I go live once or twice a week, make a handful of more sales, right, throughout the week. Can you see how I just keep repeating this process every single week, how it has to grow? You see how with my stats, how they've grown every single month? It has to, because I'm building and creating momentum. I'm never reliant upon the new video. I'm never reliant upon like just one single thing. It's everything working collectively. And the longer I work these things collectively in this strategic fashion, right, momentum just begins to grow and the results begin to compound. So where you might start off with 1 to 2 sales a week, right, that could grow to 4 to 5 sales a week, to 10 to 15 sales a week, to 20 sales a week. Are you seeing how this is possible? All right, but you've got to decide to get intentional and deliberate about this right from the beginning. How do you know to get intentional and deliberate about this if you don't even know, right, how the game is played? I'm hoping by, getting you excited about the money potential with this, but now I've gotten you excited about, wait a second, Steph, I can actually do this. If I had the right information, the right training, the right access, right, even mentorship, which I offer as well, you know what? I believe I could actually do this now that I understand how the game is played. I'm going to drop my information down below so you can learn exactly how to plug into this digital product that I sell, this digital marketing course with Master Resale Rights. Number one, you have to make up your mind that if this video intrigued you, that you have to develop the skills and you've got to learn the business of online business. No amount of free videos on YouTube is going to give you access to everything that you need in a strategic, organized way to help you get set up for online business success. So that's the first benefit that you're going to actually get from this digital product, this digital marketing course with Master Resale Rights. The second benefit that you're going to get is that you don't have a product to sell, or you don't want to spend time creating a digital product right from the beginning because maybe you don't have an idea for a digital product. Well, number one, I believe that the course is going to inspire you to think about, right, some creative ideas you could run with to create digital products that you might have even thought about, But number two, if you're like, I would love to talk about making money online with other people that are out there searching for how to make money online, you could actually turn right back around and get set up to sell this course as your own and begin to earn $500 every single time someone buys it directly from you. And again, within our course, we set you up to learn exactly how to sell this. We walk you through how to set up your systems. So everything that I talked about, from content to a capture page, to a sales page, to your payment processors, to payment plans, to your order form, your checkout page, your fulfillment page, your emails, guess what? You learn about all of that and how to get all of that set up within the course. Right. And then number three, you also get access to my mentorship included for a very limited time. So if you're watching this video, my mentorship is still being offered for free, right? Which gives you additional guidance, right? Directly from me as I share on a deeper level what's working for me and how you can really model, right? What's working for me to help you get the results that you want inside of your business. It literally is the additional guidance, the additional support, right? And the help that so many people are lacking out there, right? When it comes to learning how to create, right, all of this for themselves and make it real for themselves. Courses are fantastic. That's why I sell this particular course, right? However, everyone has questions and everyone needs mentorship and someone in their corner to help them in a more personalized, individual way. And that's exactly what you get through my mentorship. So through this opportunity of learning digital marketing, right, you're going to learn digital marketing, learn the business of online business, get set up to sell a digital product as your own that you can begin selling immediately if you want to, right? And then you also get the mentorship. So even if you have other ideas of what you want to do with this information from the course, right, you'll actually have mentorship to help you in putting a lot of this stuff together and creating the business that you desire for yourself. I will say this in closing, and consistency is everything. Because I've been consistent with this plan, that's how I've been able to experience, right, the momentum that I've built over these past 90 days. Like, we are just 90 plus days into the year. I can only imagine what my stats, what my numbers, and what my bank account is going to look like by the end of quarter 2, going into quarter 3 and closing out this friggin' year. I am telling you, right? People like us, like, this is where we get to come up. This is where, right, we get to get our share. But we've got to make up our mind that we're going to learn these skills, right? We're going to learn the business of online business, and we're going to get strategic with how we get our business set up. Because I'm telling you, the results that I'm getting and the results that you see other people out there experiencing for themselves, it can all be had. It's available for anyone that wants it. But the one thing that we all have in common, right, is that we're working systems that work for us. Right? We've gotten strategic. We've picked up this knowledge. We've gained these skills, right? And we're working strategic systems every single day inside of our business one way or another. And that's what I want to invite you into. So it's not just the hype and the allure of what's happening in my business, right? But literally it's about setting the expectation, right? And making sure you understand how this game is played so that you can get in it for yourself. I really hope that this video is leaving you hopeful. I hope it's leaving you inspired. And I hope this video has really been helpful, right, in you seeing the bigger picture and how you can make this real for yourself. I'll drop the information down below, or simply go to www.goprowithstuff.com to learn more about this digital marketing course that I sell, that I love so much. I look so forward to seeing you in my next video, and hopefully I will see you inside of the community. Take action. Bye-bye.